Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit and we're gonna be trying to get another week in Hellcube. And this time we're gonna be starting with Crucias, Titan of the Waves. We're not gonna be doing the combo route, but instead we're gonna be playing more of a mid-range plan. Now what does Crucias do? Well, for one a black and one a red, we get a 3-1 human pirate. And at the beginning of our end step we choose to discard a card. If we do, we make a treasure and then we get either a card with greater mana value or lesser mana value. We choose which side we go. So we're gonna be playing some discard synergies and some treasure synergies. Since we have discard, we're gonna be playing Reanimates, Unearth, Monument to Endurance, and even Fiery Temper. The turn we play Crucias, we can essentially get another free bolt. Then we have Currency Converter. Whenever we discard a card, we may exile it. Then, if we tap the converter, we either get a treasure if it's a land, or if it's a non-land, we get a 2/2 raw creature token. At the top end of our core, we're gonna be playing Grenzo, which also synergizes with Impetus Lootmonger as ways to heist our opponent. Grenzo and Axabar can do it every turn. In the case of Axabar, if we have the Void trigger. In the case of Grenzo, if we just keep him alive. Then we have some free spells, Fury, Pyrokinesis, Snuff Out. We have Barrogoyf and Pyrogoyf, just as decent threats and interaction. Chandra, Torture of Defiance, Overlord of the Boiler Beagles, Flame Slash, Lightning Bolt, Bitter Triumph, Gildred Edict. And because we are only 2 colors, we can afford to play Blood Moon as well as Magus of the Moon. And the neat thing about this deck is whatever cards we don't want, we can eventually discard to our commander and get something. Well, it's gonna be random, but hopefully something that's better for the occasion. Since we also are going to be discarding a bunch, Crucias, Titan of the Dead's Hunger is a decent threat that we can play in the late game by playing double black and double red. We get a 6/6 that escape by exiling another 5 cards from our graveyard. Then also, we're gonna be playing Maddening Hex. This one acts as attacks on our opponent, but the attacks comes in the form of 1/2 6 lag. And we don't choose it, our opponent doesn't choose it, it just happens at random. By rolling a d6, which in digital terms is just random. We also have Opposition Agent, Caustic Bronco, Liliana, Phyrexian Arena, Dothy Voidwalker, and your typical Inquisition, Mind Spike, Thoughtseize. As ways, yeah, just your generic good black cards. And one that is a little bit... I've been enjoying playing it recently is Crabomination for 6 mana. We get a 5/5, but we exile 3 cards from our opponent. One from their hand, one from their graveyard, at random both of those, and the top of their library. Then we get to cast one of them for free. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue and discard some cards, make some treasures. And a Quiz Prof. Control. And Liliana is good. Crucias is also good. If we can resolve Phyrexian Arena. But we are just gonna be facing a bunch of counter spells. They demand our Voidwalker. Let's try to go for it again. And considers, throws an island. Condemn. I don't like that. 3 steps ahead. We just need to lock into some discards. Maybe something else. Here it's Crucias, I think. I guess we play God. Okay, so it's Crucias. And we shoot Arena as well. All two to kill Crucia. And that is one Jace the Mind. Okay, we should start with Blood Moon. Get Swash. Decline here. Maybe we should have sacrificed it. It would go to the graveyard. We have more. More fodder for Crucias. get something greater. Helraiser. So our opponent has a full hand. Not ideal. But if they wrath our creatures, we can Crucia and Shieldred. Yep, Crucia Shieldred. Attack. Make our opponent discard twice. And Earth as well. Okay, so we need to do this apparently. Seagate Restoration. Sure. Yeah, I just noticed it actually used the Now Glory mana. I didn't want at all. And so that's a good one. And at least opponent can use their Seagate. If they do, we don't mind. They're just gonna take a big chunk of them. Divine Purge. Let's use the treasure and keep that in exile. Here we play Crucia, attack, maybe also kill Subtlety. Keep up. Oh, Wandering Amp. That's a shit. Let's roll here.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. I am almost sad to see you go.
Seven mana, draw 4. Not as good as it was last turn.
Let your blade do the talking.
Here, let's play Grenzo. Mana leak, just shy. And reprieve, which we can cast. Maybe to resolve something. Gain Signet from opponent. They draw card. Prismatic ending. Okay. Let's snuff out their samurai. They spell pierce. Able to scream. Take that. Why are you? Okay, stock up is a good. It's encouraging for us. They could have also just play a chip removal, whole kill our Emperor. But they didn't. Mystical Tutor. Okay, that's an expensive tutor. And our Emperor should eat their Solitude next. Yeah, maybe they have also a way to draw the card. If they do it, maybe that costs a couple of more mana. They would have 5 for whatever they are trying to do here. I guess it could be an extra turn. And then in that extra turn, they play the removal. Do the whole thing kill us? We'll see. And they got a farewell, they pondered, and I guess they farewell now. We needed to do the Fury in the empty board. Unfortunately. Let's reprieve that. Yeah, they can bounce the Fury again if they want to. Let's draw another card. And they have us. GG. Yeah, that mystical tutor into farewell with Ponder. That really was the nail in the coffin for us. We were that close, unfortunately. GG's. GG's. Keenan. I guess the Blood Moon is not ideal, but we can send it away to Pyrokinesis. Hopefully after we get Magda out, so we also gain a treasure. It's Jean, the pollinator. And they play Bloom Tender. I think kill these two guys. And yeah, that needed to be done at the end with Crucias mana. Well, with the Crucias treasure. My bad, my bad. Okay, our opponent didn't like their position, so GG's. Let's go to the next one. Okay, against Roscoe, we definitely can use some discard. Ooh, no hits though. I mean, at least we know our stuff is going to resolve. Fatal push, not ideal. think I want to take Gabriel. Maybe the fetch land is better. Dock up. Seemingly trying to get a land, I think. Smoldering Marsh. Fury. And a neat interaction is, even though this doesn't change the type of mana that's gonna be used with... Oop, I guess they're gonna get our so didn't think about that. But like I was saying, we can get any creature we want, well, any card we want, because we can eventually cast it with treasure mana. So that's a neat synergy. Abomination, that's actually. At least we know they cannot. They don't have their next land. Ooh, Monument to Endurance. Ah, never mind. Guess to rest away. Solve the equation for an extra turn. Maybe a delve spell. Got down. And they had, in fact, Treasure Cruise. Let's get the Overlord. Not quite enough for pyrokinesis, because this is... Maybe if we had taken Fury. They kind of have to... Oh, stop our Emperor, I was going to say. Let's see if this works. Okay, it doesn't. No, they might. Block Crucias. Okay, fair enough. I think they need to have a counter spell. Otherwise, we win. And it's GG's. They didn't have removal either, which means we just hit them for 10 life. That was also close. GG's. La Grella the Magpie. I think we can beat her with this hand. I think we get a land with Flame Slash. Maybe this needed to be a basic. Yeah. So we could play Blood Moon. No, but it would be a mountain, so it didn't matter. Now, if they get another dual type land, nice. Gilded Goose and another creature, another Dork. Nope, removal for Crucias. I think the play is still to Blood Moon. Airbender Ascension, I guess. We keep passing here. There we have it. And we get another swan. Yep, GG's. Thank you, Bloodman. I never doubted you. GG's Lagri like it. Kaito. Yeah, and I really like the fact that Bronco is saddle 3 and Crucias is 3 power. So that is a nice synergy. Kaito should be about, yeah, really cheap creatures. Dimir tempo, as it were. Malevolent Hermit for opponent. And that is not me because I am a Benevolent Hermit. Let's saddle, attack. Let's be ambitious. Witness protection. We can deal with that. And by deal with that, I mean we can bombardier. Sacrifice it, and it. Now we have 6 mana if we untap. I mean, if we untap with the treasure. If our opponent misplays, we could bolt Kaito, but it seems like that's not the case.
With the right tools, I can do anything. Now this is a juicy secret.
Is this Trick Serenade? No, it was. Guess we can play this for free, and in the LCEP it's gonna kill their sleeper. Well, maybe not kill it, yeah, because they can buff it. And this is a trade, so we don't block. Make them handle Grenzo some other way.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Let's play the dragon. In alive, kill Kaito. Okay then. We will sacrifice the treasure to finish off Kaito.
The fun just started.
Ooh, they played their sleeper again, but it has perpetually -1/-1 because of their Pendragon by siege. So it was a 0/0. Dice to state based effect. She altered. Let's attack here. Yeah, we're gonna cash in the Grenzo to kill Shieldred. Like Shieldred traded with their Damper. I mean, Damper plus Shieldred equals Grenzo plus Goldspan. Not a terrible trade, I think. We send the Overlord away. Magos of the Moon. That will also go away. Down in the lock.
Hope you're ready for some mind games.
Sure, they play Kaito, minus, we kill it. Yes, we could have just attacked.
I've got all kinds of connections.
Alright, we couldn't attack because of the Kaito clause. See what they have here. Cyclonic Rift. Is it a land? No, it's a counter spell. Overlords. It's a good one. We can get even Grenzo if we want to. Is this lethal? Might be. It's exactly lethal, so GG's. Yeah, and even if it wasn't, we have Bombardiers, Inti, so we had that one. That attack was risky for our opponent, but maybe their only other option was to play Kaito, which wasn't gonna do much, to be honest. So, GG's opponent. Nicole Bolas Dragon God. If we somehow manage to resolve Magus of the Moon, I think we got this one. Otherwise, we will see what we see with Dreadful. Actually, let's wait one more turn, I think. Ooh, and that was Force of Negation instead of... I mean, the Force of Negation means Magus of the Moon is better than Blood Moon, so let's see what we can get. And that's the game. GG's. Take that, Nicole Bolas. Such a greedy mana base, it's just gonna get punished. Yuriko, so we have removal. Yeah, let's try this one. We pay the iron price for this member. Rain Surge. That is Bitter Blossom. Let's get a land here. And this is black. Yuriko is also black. So Snuff Out might not be our biggest asset. Oh, they full price Yuriko. Seems like maybe they had Flare of Malice, something like. We should destroy those. We don't attack, so that we can... Oh, it is Flare of Malice. If it was Flare of Negation, that would have been the time. Yeah, let's send it away. Do they have another X1 creature? Grief. Okay. Let's see what they take. Yep, Banditry makes sense. Ooh, Croxa. But if we Croxa, we would be 1 mana short. Yep. Unfortunately, opponent played their Misty Rainforest. Even though we already revealed we had Opposition Agent with Overlord. Hex. Yep. They can deal some damage to us, but probably not enough. Let's see the Yuriko hit. If it's not... Okay, counter spell. Dark Ritual? Can't see. I don't... We don't discard there because our opponent is very low on life. Let them draw. Kill themselves with Bitter Blossom. Ooh. X for 3. So now we just need to bolt their face. And we win. Oh, okay, let's let the Hex do its thing. One. Yeah, we respond with the bolt. GG's opponent. Yeah, I guess they didn't get their Bitter Blossom soon enough. Maybe that's why the new guy, Bitter Blossom Monastic, Bitter Bloom guy, I don't remember his name, but yeah, he might be better in this particular deck because they played with Flash and they still get at least one Fairy Rock. So I don't look forward to that. Either ways, GG's. And that's gonna be it for today. Clearly, this deck can handle its own, so the only thing I would change maybe is make some of this sorcery speed interaction into instant speed interaction. And also Little Magda, since we don't have that many targets, well, we only have one big dragon, so if you want to, you could consider changing her for even more interaction or even more card draw. Yeah, you could even play Knight's Whisper, Signing Blood, or maybe even Black Market Connections if you feel like another Phyrexian Arena type effect. Otherwise, like I said, really solid. If you happen to run into more aggressive decks and you want to gain life instead of getting treasures, Spiteful Banditry, just change it right away for Midhook Massacre. Or play both if you need to. Either ways, thank you for watching. I'm DJ Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.